From the campus of Pensacola Christian College and seated inside the Arlen R. Horton Sports Center Arena, it's women's college basketball on live stream as the Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles take on the Tigers from Trinity College of Florida. A pleasant good evening, everyone, or good afternoon, wherever you may be. My name is Jeff Surgeon. Working alongside me, as always, is Richard Moses, and we bring you ladies basketball action from Pensacola Christian College. Richard, it's another ladies game. They've looked pretty good at times this season, the Lady Eagles have. Tonight, they're faced with the challenge of Trinity College of Florida.
Yeah, Jeff, they had a good week this week on the road. Came up short just 12 Tuesday night here in the Sports Center against Huntington College. Played a close game. They were up 4 at halftime. Not able to pull it out in the second half, though, but some promising things happening with our Lady Eagles basketball team in the last several weeks. You saw last weekend we were here on livestream.com, and we were able to win by 20 points last weekend here in the Sports Center Arena. I remember Joy Smith had a great game last week. Alyssa Loudermilk came out, hit some big threes for us, especially at the beginning of the second half. Tonight we've got a team that is a very young program. They had their origin 7 years ago, and their team actually got disbanded over the course of some unfortunate events, but this is their first year back in action. Trinity College from South Florida, and they're here tonight. They brought a squad of 11 girls, and they're ready for their first road game of the season, them being 1-2, and they're here at the Sports Center tonight with us.
Had a chance to meet Coach Tom Clark. We've emailed a couple of times this week, and we were actually able to meet him in person here earlier this evening, and he tells us, as you mentioned, first year back with the program after many years of not having a basketball team. He's had to go out and recruit with a brand new program and a whole new base of operations, so to speak. He's got all but 2 of his young ladies are freshmen. So this is a young squad, very inexperienced squad. But as time goes on with Trinity, he's going to build a good program. They're going to be okay. But this year, it's a growing year. It's I don't want to say not a rebuilding year. It's a building year with their first year in existence in many, many years. But we don't want to overlook that. It's a small unit. I think they only dressed 7 tonight of the 11 on their roster. So depth is going to be an issue. Experience is going to be an issue. But we don't want to overlook that. As you know, with basketball, everything on paper doesn't always translate into what we see on the court.
Yeah, I think their strong point this year is Coach Tom Clark. They have a coach that's a winning coach, experienced coach. He's got decades, literally decades of basketball under his belt. And talking with him before the game, it was a very pleasant conversation. He's a man that not only has a love for basketball, but has a love for the Lord. You can tell as he talked to us about the school and their philosophy and the different things that they're being taught and the things that we're learning and hearing about around the world. We mentioned some things that have been going on prevalently in the news, as we've all seen the last few weeks, the tragedies all across the world. But Coach Clark got a very good insight on that from how they believe at their school. And so it was fun to talk to him before the game and get to know about him and his team. But tonight, we're ready for a great competition here in the Arlen R. Horton Sports Center Arena.
Yes, one quick note about Coach Clark. He had us so fired up in our conversation that you asked him, are you going to run on the ballot? it was that kind of conversation. So it wasn't all basketball. And we're thrilled to have these folks here on campus. Hope they have a safe journey back home tomorrow afternoon. We are almost ready for basketball action. One change you're going to notice in the starting lineup tonight, you will hear that here in just a couple of seconds. Morgan Van Hook will get the start. Don't expect her to play a lot, but Coach is giving her a start to try to keep her healthy. She's had some injury issues, so you're going to see that difference. Other than that, I think the starting lineup will be what we're used to with the Lady Eagles. And the starting lineup for Trinity, we will hear that right now as we head over to the other end of the table, courtside, for our public address announcer, Jonathan Bird.
Welcome to the Arlen R. Horton Sports Center Arena, the home of your Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles. This afternoon's contest is between the Eagles and the Trinity College of Florida Tigers. At this time, would you please stand and join us as we are led in prayer by Mr. Manciagli of the Engineering Department. After prayer, please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Dear Heavenly Father, we do give you thanks this evening. We love you, Lord. We thank you for this opportunity. Please bless the athletes, and may everything be done for your honor and for your glory. We pray for your blessing in Jesus' name. Amen.
The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the 4 core values for the game plan of life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. At this time, we would like to introduce the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, for the visiting Tigers from Newport Richey, Florida. Starting freshman, number 1, Candace Blackman. Number 2, freshman, Marquehenza Hardy. Number 3, freshman, Heather Fisher. Freshman, number 5, Alicia Smith. Sophomore, number 15, Taylor McDonald. And the coach for the Tigers is Thomas Clark, and the assistant coaches Alex Stern and Anthony Ellis. Here they are, your 2015-2016 PCC Lady Eagles. Starting at guard at 5'10", a junior from Greenwood, South Carolina, number 3, Alyssa Loudermilk. At 5'9", a guard, a freshman from Macon, Georgia, number 10, Joy Smith. At 5'3", a senior guard from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, number 15, Morgan Van Hook. Number 20, a senior at 5'9", guard from Sugar Grove, North Carolina, Anna Shipp. And the center at 6'2", a freshman from Baxter, Minnesota, number 33, Marley Moore. The head coach for the Lady Eagles is Coach Jared Sellers, and the assistant coach is Mabel Valdez. The officials for this afternoon's game are Mark Apilanes, John Evans, and Steve Behringer.
We're ready for basketball here in Pensacola at Pensacola Christian College. Richard, we want to mention one thing. It's a rule change this year for ladies in NCCAA.
Instead of the 2 halves as we're used to in our college basketball norm that we were used to for so many years, they've incorporated the new rule of 4 quarters, 4 10-minute quarters for only girls basketball, NCC Division 1 through 5, I guess you should say. But they're trying that out this year, seeing how it goes. We've liked it so far, and we'll see if we continue to like it tonight as we get underway here in our match tonight against Pensacola Eagles against the Trinity Baptist College from South Florida.
Lady Eagles in their white uniform with their home blue trim, and in the black with the yellow trim, that is Trinity College. Morgan Van Hook right off the bat gets the start tonight, and it's going to hit a 3-pointer from the right side. She's really known for her defense, coach tells us, but he gave her the start tonight, and she is impressive right off the bat. There's a drive to the basket. That is Alicia Smith, number 5. It's blocked out of bounds, and the Tigers will retain possession. This is Alicia Smith. Number 3 is Heather Fisher. Stolen away. This is Joy Smith. Nice dribble to regain composure. Taking it strong to the basket, Hannah Shipp, and she will be fouled. And a chance for 2. One reason for the rule change, a lot of times you get into late into the half with these with the ladies games, and it just gets, I don't want to use the word agonizing, but it just spreads, goes on and on and on with a lot of fouls and a lot of time at the free throw line. So they've made it to where 5 fouls before you get the 1-and-1 per quarter.
I guess you could say with the difference between the girls and boys teams basketball in the college realm is the pizzazz. It gets late in the game, and there's not a lot they have left to give, and not a lot left to watch. Unlike guys' games, energy stays high, and the anticipation for what's going to happen is greater as well.
Trying to work it in underneath. That's Taylor McDonald. We try to learn the names of the visiting squad. And there's a turnover for the Eagles, right back to the Tigers.
Turnover on Hannah Ship there. Nice look there by Morgan Van Hook. Almost got the and one play there, but travel right before, and it'll be Trinity ball going the other way.
Tigers are going to do their best to try to work it into Taylor McDonald, who is number 15.
Got a hand check on the Eagles. Be number 10, Joy Smith.
So far, what I'm seeing out of Trinity is very methodical, trying to work it around to get the best shot. They don't seem to be too hurried.
Yeah, and that's Coach Clark there for you.
There's Taylor with a miss underneath. She had a good look as Hannah Ship will bring it across quickly. And that's a 3 for Alyssa Loudermilk. Alyssa, known for her three-point shooting, went in a slump late last year because teams have really started guarding her tighter. But she answers on that one, and that's a two-pointer for Markanisha Hardy.
And the first points for Trinity tonight. It's 8-2, 2 minutes into the first quarter.
There's
here.
Morgan with a two-pointer. She doesn't want to go on the bench. She gets a start and is proving her worth here quickly on offense.
Some good shots here early by her. Also great defense there by Morgan Van Hook. Joy Smith picking up on top.
There's Alicia Smith. Wanted to go to the basket, instead kicks it out. And here comes Joy Smith. Good for the double dribble. Kind of palmed the basketball. She was wanting to knock it underneath, and then she thought about driving and with the turnover.
Interesting call there, because I know the rule in the basketball is if the ball is palmed right side up, then it would be considered a carry. Two hands back down as a double dribble. But sometimes when the pause dribble there, you're able to palm it for just a second and put it back down. Technically, the ball never came up. It was just a long dribble. Some refs will call it either way, especially on the college. We see it a lot of different ways.
Hardy underneath the Smith. Smith had a good look at it, just missed it. And I think it's out of bounds. The Eagles will retain possession here. Alicia Smith had a good look underneath. Nobody guarding her and just missed the layup.
It'll be Eagles ball here on this Friday night in the Sports Center Arena. Fans trickling in as we start this game, this early game here, 5:30 Central Time. And there's another 2 points for the Eagles.
That's Marley Moore off the bench. Coach Sellers expecting big things out of Marley this year. A 6'2" freshman. Here's Smith, closely guarded by Alyssa Loudermilk. Double team. Pretty spin move there for Markanisha Hardy, but right now Trinity can't buy a basket, and the Eagles hardly miss right now. This is Moore up top. Good look by Moore over to Ship. Moore with a nice offensive rebound, but can't buy that one. And the Tigers of Trinity are coming, and Coach Sellers, I believe, is going to take a timeout to try to get some organization on offense. What did you see on that possession that he didn't like?
Well, Marley Moore was out of position, clearly. Up top, the play was all out of whack as soon as she wasn't in her position. Some miscommunication at the top there. One thing that's difficult with freshmen, especially early on in the season, is learning the system. Each coach has his own system of plays and the way he wants things to work, while the players coming out of high school, as we talked about before, they can go wherever they want on the floor at any time, and somebody's going to give them the ball to score. In the college, anybody can score on the floor at any time, so you need to be in your spot, ready to do your job, and not have to worry about everything else on the floor at that time.
I think it was a good timeout for Coach Sellers. Although he's up by 10 points, just wants to make sure they all know where they need to be.
Yeah, I think tonight's going to be a good night to watch Our Lady Eagles because of two reasons. One, we're playing a team that they know is a young team. Meaning that also they know that they're inexperienced. And so some of these experienced players are going to come out with, quote-unquote, a chip on their shoulder. And playing like that actually helps the team a lot, Jeff, because they play with that confidence that they need to play with all season in order to win basketball games.
Alyssa Loudermilk with Morgan Van Hook on the assist. Just like they drew it up out of the timeout, right?
Yeah, you know that's perfect when it comes right out of the timeout. You get the stop on D, and then you're able to score on the other end.
That's Mackenzie Kistler just into the game for Trinity. They're not bad shots. They just cannot buy a basket right now. Good look underneath to Moore. On her own rebound, they're going to call her with the offensive foul, and Trinity will get the basketball.
We'll have subs in for the Eagles. Checking in for the number Eagles, number 25, Jessica Boyd. Number 21, Elizabeth Helder. And number 14, Holly Zorka.
Holly normally gets the start, but in lieu of Morgan Vanhook tonight, Holly comes off the bench. She is known for her defense and her three-point shooting.
Nice tip there by Alyssa Loudermilk. Able to recover, and right off the bench, Jessica Boyd will get 2 points.
They can't miss.
It's that confidence that they're playing with right now. Nobody can stop them is what they're thinking.
Everything going the Eagles' way right now. Trinity not necessarily doing anything wrong on their offensive sets. Their baskets just aren't going in right now.
They're just getting outplayed defensively and offensively right now by the Eagles.
Trying to force it in again to Taylor McDonald, and a turnover. Here's Hannah Shipp. She'll take it all the way in. Nice reverse layup, no good.
Probably could have dumped that off easy for a layup.
Yes. They are determined to get her in the books here. Taylor McDonald with another miss with the offensive rebound. That's Mackenzie Kistler, and I believe she will go to shoot 2.
Yeah, the foul will be on Jessica Boyd of the Eagles, and number 4, Mackenzie Kistler, will be at the line shooting 2. Well, it's Thanksgiving week, Jeff. A lot of our fans out there thinking about what's coming up, the break, the days off of work, the big meal Thursday, Black Friday.
I've got to work. I remember the days of my wife getting up and going to Black Friday. She doesn't do that anymore either. You've got to work.
All day.
You're with me on Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving Day, we'll be bringing you live from College Field the PCC 40th Annual Turkey Bowl.
Good ball movement from the Lady Eagles. Number 25 is Jessica Boyd, and she'll go to the line. That all started with Alyssa Loudermilk's entry pass underneath. Right now, Alyssa's playing a really good quarter. This is Jessica Boyd. 14-point lead.
Yeah, everything going Lady Eagles' way tonight so far in the first half. Very quiet bench from Trinity College from South Florida. But girls that keep trying to stay in the game, trying to run the same play, trying to get the bigs involved, and they're not letting up. They've been doing pretty well defensively, except for our shots are falling and theirs aren't.
Another good look. That was Alicia Smith off the iron. 15-point lead, and the Eagles still looking to build on that. There's Zorka. And another putback, Jessica Boyd. When you've got that kind of offensive rebounding, you can shoot those threes. Here's Markanisha Hardy, number 2. And the foul goes on Elizabeth Helder for the Eagles. That is team foul number 4 on PCC. So next foul, Trinity's in the bonus.
Yeah, it's another thing that's different about the rule change is that 5 fouls, it's a bonus for either team. Resets every quarter, but also there's no 1-and-1. It's just 2 shots at the start of 5 fouls. That was Monica T. and Darby McCosh checking in for the Eagles there. For the starters, Alyssa Loudermilk and Hannah Shipp. Nice recover there by Trinity College, but stolen away by Holly Zorka.
Holly guarded heavily, and she'll get it back up top. This is Boyd. Eagles doing a great job with their ball movement on offense. Working it around, crisp passes. Wide open, Boyd.
The 3 percentage for the Eagles tonight has got to be incredible, Jeff. That's at least their 4th, if not 5th 3 that this team has made tonight.
Alicia Smith had a good look at it.
Yeah, just came up short there.
Couldn't buy a basket.
Trinity's playing very nervous right now. They got discombobulated at the beginning of the game with the nice run that the Eagles had, and they just haven't found their groove since we had that run.
Let me tell you one thing that I have noticed. They're used to playing in a small gymnasium. They practice at a YMCA. They don't have their own gym.
Right.
You come into an arena like this, depth perception is huge.
Yeah, and on the other hand, our Lady Eagles practice in this gym every day. I know it's different with the bleachers being down and up and the game setting and all that, but the bottom line is they practice in here every day, so they're used to playing in this gym.
So now that doesn't explain the turnovers, but the shots being off,
right.
I think the depth perception is huge.
Right.
That was Holly Zorka taking it to the basket for 2, and Coach Clark will take a timeout, and we will take timeout with him.
It'll be Trinity ball out of the timeout, and they'll have it on their own in line. Coach Clark calling a timeout, I'm sure, for the 5 turnovers that the Trinity has had in the last couple minutes and the missed baskets. Kind of just telling the team, let's refocus here. Let's get our focus down and let's understand what we're doing here. They're just throwing up shots. Nothing's falling for them. They're getting good looks. They're just not making their shots tonight, as we've already talked about. It's 28-4 with 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. So Trinity really trying to find their groove right now.
That ball was tipped out of bounds by Holly Zorka. For a moment there, the official thought it may have been out of bounds on Trinity. Working it inside, Taylor McDonald, and that's what they've been trying to do. Taylor off the backboard and in for 2. Her first points of the night. Kicked basketball. The Eagles will keep it under their own basket. So Mackenzie Kistler comes in to spell Taylor McDonald for defense. So an interesting move there as McDonald comes in, gets 2, and then sets right back down. Holly Zorka is going to pull up for 2 this time. 2 good looks and 2 misses.
Nice rebound there by Trinity. Mackenzie Kistler will take it the other way.
So McDonald is coming back into the game. So it's an offense-defense kind of thing. Going to try to get her back into the game here. Bad look that time from Candace Blackman. She knows it too. But you got to keep your head up. 3 quarters left to play. Trying to post up underneath, that is Darby McCosh, and with the foul, Sabrina Jones, number 14.
Darby McCosh will connect on her first. This is her second, but it'll be Eagles ball with a nice rebound by Jessica Boyd. Inside to McCosh. No good, and it'll be Trinity ball.
Coach calling for them to get back on defense quickly, and they do. This is Alicia Smith. Cross court, Mackenzie Kistler. And Mackenzie is going to get hammered by McCosh. She'll go to the line for 2. And a mass substitution getting ready to happen for the Lady Eagles. 5 new players. Richard, I think we're going to see everybody on the roster tonight.
Oh, I'm sure we will, Jeff.
A couple of names that I'm not too familiar with, so bear with us as we
It's
try to
awesome.
remember.
It's awesome when teams can do this for the bench. They get that experience, that playing time, especially the new freshmen that might not get a lot of playing time in the close games later on in the season. Some of these good games like this that we can have a good lead, let them play a little bit, get some experience on the college level.
Danielle Crocker is number 12. Here's Alyssa Loudermilk. Nice pull-up jumper, no good. Lauren Battle underneath for the rebound and the putback. And we're going to a 2-3 zone, I believe, now. Smith McDonald, nice outlet pass. Maybe the best offensive possession for Trinity tonight.
Yeah, they were stuck with it. Got a nice offensive board and able to put it back.
And that's where we're at into the first quarter. That is not a first half score. That is a first quarter score. Lady Eagles 31, Trinity 8, and we will take a timeout. Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles basketball action here on live stream as we are ready for the second quarter of action. Lady Eagles lead 31-8 over Trinity College. And the Lady Eagles can pretty much do whatever they want right now.
Yeah, total control here in the first half by our Lady Eagles. We've seen almost every player except for I think 2 on the roster that tonight have seen the floor just in the first quarter. Up by almost 30 points. They're doing a great job right now. This Trinity College from Florida here, like we said earlier, they're in their first season back in action.
Trying to be more patient on offense. They're still really utilizing Taylor McDonald, number 15, and working with her to kick it back out. The Lady Eagles with good defense on that possession.
Nice ball movement there by the Eagles.
That's Hannah Shipp. And they did a good job moving it down to the baseline. They were able to kick it back up to Hannah, and she was wide open for that one.
Yeah, that was a great look by Lauren Battle there.
Loudermilk wanted to force it underneath to Danielle Crocker, and just too much salt on that one.
Some coaches said over and over and over about her is that she can score all day, she can't pass the ball, and there was the evidence of that there. But I know that over the past 2 years, coaches worked more and more and more with her on that. She's gotten much better than we saw her freshman
year. She gets
year.
out of control.
Yeah.
Had a good look there. Right now, nobody on Trinity has any confidence. They've got some looks here. They just don't have the confidence to take the shots. This is Alicia Smith. She's going to take it all the way in. That's a nice look. Alicia's had that lane. It's closed up quickly. This time she took advantage of it and got 2. 23-point lead for the Lady Eagles. And it's a turnover. Number 11, Lauren Battle. As you said, it's a good opportunity to keep these bench players in there, get them some experience. That's Alyssa Loudermilk with the steal and the easy 2.
Floater almost got there by Trinity College, just short.
That was Alicia Smith, number 5, taking it in off the front of the iron.
It'll be a jump ball, and it'll go Eagles ball.
Joy Smith is back into the game, number 10 for the Lady Eagles. Trying to force it in. Another turnover for the Lady Eagles. Coach Sellers cannot be happy with these forced passes.
Yeah, you're playing a team that you're up by almost 30 on, but you got to remember that you got to use these opportunities as a practice opportunity almost in order to use the time where you have a lead to practice for the times where you're not going to have that lead. So you can have the plays and the outlets down, you know, where your players are going to be. So in the time where you need them to be perfect, they're perfect.
Joy Smith, very active on this possession. Good look underneath to Brooke Bronis, and they will count it, and a chance for a 3-point play. Brooke just into the ball game. She's a 5'8" senior, and she is a local girl right here in just north of Pensacola. And the hometown crowd joined to seeing her do well.
Checking into the game for the first time tonight was number 22, Haley Sailors, just now in that last stop, and it'll be Trinity ball going the other way. Smith couldn't get it to go, but she'll be at the line for 2.
Alicia Smith has been active on offense, but hasn't really capitalized. She is a freshman, but most of the players on this team are freshmen. Marley Moore back into the ball game for the Lady Eagles. A chance for Coach to talk to Brooke Bronis. I have a feeling she'll be right back in.
Yeah, I agree with you
once
there.
she gets some instruction.
Yeah, trying to get that system. He's really working on that tonight because you see him getting upset, and you're like, why are you upset, Coach? You know, you got a 27-point lead here, but it's just like we were talking about before. He wants to use this opportunity. He has to. Let's work on some things. You know, let's think about what we're doing, girls out there, instead of just throwing the ball up every time.
Could have been a walk, but they're going to call a shooting foul. And number 2, Markanisha Hardy, will go to the free throw line for a 2-shot opportunity.
I thought the foul was going to be on Haley Sailors there, but they actually call it on number 21, Elizabeth Helder. It'll be her second foul of the night. And Markanisha Hardy will connect there on the first. Haley Sailors taking it up strong, able to get that unusual looking floater to fall there for her in the lane.
She got the basketball and hurt some of the crowd agging her on.
Just
took
went
it all
for
the way in. Yep.
Sometimes you just got to go for it. Nice catch there by Marilyn Moore. She'll get 2.
Marley.
So
We mentioned it early in the game that Coach Sellers expecting big things out of Marley Moore.
Yeah, she's really trying to find herself as a college ball player, but she's only had 6 games in college, and she's already looking like she's been doing this for a while.
Quickly back down the court and working it into Taylor McDonald. 2-pointer for the Tigers. This is Joy Smith. Trying to force it in again to Hannah Ship. That's about the 3rd or 4th time they've tried to force it in. None of them have worked.
Yeah, and no need for it at this point. Plenty of time to swing it around and get something good set up.
Strong to the basket, Alicia Smith, and it's a 2-shot opportunity for her.
Trinity done extremely well from the line so far tonight. We just saw a minute ago number 4, Mackenzie Kistler, making 2. And then we had Markanisha Hardy making 2 at the line. And now we've got number 5, Alicia Smith, connecting on her first. Missed a second, but so 5 of their 16 points have come from the free throw line tonight.
Joy Smith with the rebound all the way down. That is Hannah Ship in the corner. Ship with another 2. Joy Smith with an assist and a rebound on that possession.
Monica T able to knock it away there. She'll pick it up. And it'll be
Good
down.
outlet pass. Not sure what that was.
It's knocked away by Alicia Smith, I believe. Excuse me, Markanisha Hardy. But it'll remain Eagles ball.
What about the outlet pass for Monica T?
Nice pass by
Yes.
Monica T to get it on the floor. Just knocked away there at the end. No layup. So good defense by Trinity College in the transition there.
There's Monica. Thought about it.
Forced it again.
Yeah, they know their teammates are there, Richard. But you got to remember there's defenders there as well. Holly Zorka cutting to the basket, has it partially blocked. And it's tipped to Trinity. Smith quickly up the court. Kistler tried to take it off the iron, off the backboard. No good. She gets her own rebound.
Be a travel.
And it's a travel. Good call. I think for just a split second, Coach thought that was another shooting foul.
Yeah.
His reaction told me that anyway. Monica all the way to the basket and bounce past it away.
That's Monica's 3rd or 4th turnover here since she's had a few minutes here in the game. We see this all the time in college basketball, though. You get a lead, and teams start getting sloppy because they're so comfortable with what they're doing. And that can hurt them in the stretch if they're not careful.
Part of it is because you've got some players in there that aren't playing as much.
Right.
So Coach will leave them in there, give them some more playing time, but the turnovers have got to go. There's another one, and that's Joy Smith with the turnover. Or maybe the Lady Eagles will keep it. They keep it under their own basket.
Yeah, almost tipped away there, but didn't get it into the hands of the Alicia Smith as she tried to break up the passing lane.
So as a coach, even with a 25-point lead, I can see a lot of things you can work on.
Oh, always.
Yeah.
So, and you saw Joy Smith there with a few turnovers in a row, and that kind of shows a little bit of her inexperience. Even though she's done so well this season, she's still learning how to get into this college system here.
Darby McCosh cut to the basket and was awarded with the easy 2.
The kind of players I've appreciated tonight have been like Hannah Ship and Morgan Van Hook and Holly Zorka, who have played well and showed the senior leadership of, hey, you know what, we're up 23, but we're still going to play as hard as we can, even though we're up by 23 points.
That foul is on number 21, Elizabeth Helder. That is Elizabeth's 3rd foul, team foul number 4.
Jessica Boyd will go relieve Elizabeth Helder there with 3 fouls, and it'll be Trinity ball.
I think they're going to call her. No, I thought they were going to call her for the walk, but it's a foul. This is Taylor McDonald. They've kind of gotten away from, until this possession, trying to work it into Taylor.
Yeah, you've seen some nice things off the dribble drive from Alicia Smith and Markinasia Hardy. They've done a really good job penetrating the defense and able to get floaters and draw the foul. See, you saw that there by Hannah Shipp. She had plenty of opportunity for the dribble drive, but she waited patiently for the play to evolve so she could get the best shot. Saw a Morgan Van Hook there, turns it over, and Alicia Smith brings it the other way now for Trinity.
That was Markinasia Hardy, number 2, trying to take it in, and it will be a shooting foul now. And also with the 15 foul against the Eagles, it's the bonus situation the rest of the half rather, for the Tigers of Trinity.
Yeah, and I don't understand why we're here in this foul situation. The Eagles in total control on the scoreboard, but it's 5-1 on the foul count. See, like we've already said a few times, the Eagles are just getting sloppy here. So comfortable with this lead. We could have, the first quarter, those great minutes, we need to carry those over into the next 3 quarters.
Markinasia connects on both. Good screen there for Morgan Van Hook. Set up Holly Zorka with a open 2. And on the rebound, Sabrina Jones shaken up a little bit, but she will get 2 shots.
That was the best play the Eagles have had in the last 2 minutes. A nice wide open 15-foot jumper. Holly Zorka just came up short there, but that's what they want. They need to work a good play. And she even had a number 25, Jessica Boyd, open underneath for the dump pass, and also there to get a rebound. She just wasn't able to connect. Sabrina Jones not able to connect there on the first. She'll get one more at the line. In the double bonus here, she'll connect in the second, and it'll be Eagles ball.
I think Hannah Shipp only has 1 speed, and that's fast. She's across the timeline in 2 seconds.
Yeah, Shipp really wanting to push the ball and get some points on the board here. But that's what experience shows you there. She understands the fact that we can outrun this team. We got more players. Let's tire this team out. Let's wear them down so we can play the best that we can in the late minutes of this game. So she knows they've got plenty of people on the bench to take over for her if she gets tired. So she's going to put her all out there every time she's out on the floor.
Alicia Smith with the turnover that time. She's frustrated a little bit with her teammates because they're not really giving her any options to pass it off. So I think she feels like she's got to force the issue. That time it was a turnover. Zorka. Too many people up top. Got to get some offense underneath here. Now they all go to the basket at once. And it's a nice-looking 2-pointer from number 23, Darby McCosh.
No play set up there. I mean, that would just pick up street basketball, but at least we got 2 points on the board.
Yep.
Out of bounds there by number 5, Alicia Smith. Alicia's really trying hard to keep her team in this game right now, but she's not getting a lot of support.
Got to love the defense from number 23, Darby McCosh. She forced her out of bounds. So a nice look on the offensive end. Great defense down here. Darby is doing a great job off the bench.
Yeah, it's fabulous when you can play great defense without fouling, and that's exactly what we saw there. So many times we see in girls basketball, especially over-aggressiveness leads to sloppy fouls. But that was a nice play there by the Eagles defense. Fadeaway 3-pointer there by Alyssa Loudermilk. Should have squared up there off the mark, but it'll go Trinity ball.
Jessica Boyd knocks it out of bounds. Alyssa, like you said, could have squared up. She had another second or 2 to get a better look. But I've seen her make that shot.
Time after time, yeah.
Off the dribble, stop and pop, she can make that shot.
Trinity looking to get something going here. Back and forth there in the corner. Good screens up top. Fire.
Shot clock down to nothing. Loudermilk with the block. I think they wanted a foul, no call. Taking it strong to the basket. That's Jessica Boyd. And the foul. Chance at a three-point play.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
If we see a great third quarter like we did first quarter here from the Eagles, we might have our first ever Lady Eagles 100-point game here in the Arlen R. Horton Sports Center Arena.
Well, the numbers tell us that we could be heading that way, but I don't know that Coach will.
I don't know the coach would let him do that.
We'll
Exactly.
let that happen,
exactly. But it would be quite the monumental thing here.
Yes. On the Trinity possession, the shot clock got down to 5 seconds.
And nobody on the team knew until the coach.
Yes,
yeah.
Coach is trying to tell him, and he's telling the officials about it. He thinks Alyssa fouled his player, and I tend to agree with him. There probably was a no call.
Yeah, a lot of body there, but I think they just let it go.
Just tough defense. That time they broke the defense of the Eagles. That is Alicia Smith, and it's a 26-point lead.
Nice pass there inside.
Trying to go underneath with the reverse layup is Darby McCosh, and it's a 2-point shot.
Darby McCosh able to connect there on both.
Down to 5 seconds on the clock, as you can see. And they're going to have a hard time getting a good shot off. Forced it up. No good. And that's where we're at halftime. The Lady Eagles of Pensacola Christian 51. Trinity College of Florida 24. It's halftime, and we will come back at the start of the third quarter.
Every step takes you closer to a destination. Where are your steps taking you? Do you make choices by accident or on purpose? How will your future make a difference? Where will you find your ministry? Every step takes you somewhere. What's your next step?
I was very concerned when I just started trying to decide where I was going to go to college. I wanted to go to college because it prepares you for the next step in life. I wanted a Christian college because it would be an environment where I could grow, and I wanted friends that would encourage me, challenge me. I wanted friends that would have the same goals in life as me.
I was excited about going to college. I was excited to meet new people and to have roommates. I knew I wanted to go to a college that offered a nursing program that strived for excellence, that pushed their students to excel, to be the best nurses they could be for the glory of God.
Coming out of high school, I needed to further my education so that I would be able to share the gospel. If I knew more about Jesus Christ, then that would help me share him. I wanted a college that would train me for the ministry, that would prepare me to reach the next generation.
I wanted to go to college because I wanted to get a good Christian education. Sometimes God calls you at different times for different reasons, and if he ever were to call me to the mission field, which I'm highly interested in, I would want to make sure that I'd have something that I'd be able to serve him in. And I wanted to make sure that I had the correct doctrines backing the education I was getting.
Coming out of high school, I didn't know exactly what the Lord wanted me to do. But I knew that I wanted to go to college to prepare for whatever the Lord would have me to do. I wanted a school that I know would help strengthen my Christian standards and beliefs, because I wanted to be surrounded by an atmosphere that would point me to Christ.
I wanted to go to college to improve on my instrument and focus on it more. I wanted a Christian environment and music teachers that were Christians as well, so that they could better help me in the path that I was going.
When I started thinking about where I wanted to go to college, I was excited, but I was also nervous, because whenever I decided to go, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. It wasn't until I got here that God directed me to be a designer, and I just wanted to follow God's will.
I wanted a Christian college because by being at a Christian college, I'm able to stay strong in my beliefs. I wanted the science classes to be based on creation. I wanted a place that was founded on God's word.
I wanted a college that would prepare me for the next step. God had given me a passion to help others. Just watching my dad with his management, with his caring for different people, it really gave me a heart to help people within the corporate scene. My next step in life was to gain the education I needed to become an effective lawyer. I chose PCC because everything I wanted in a college was right here. The teachers at PCC have been very supportive, and they, as much as you, want to see you be successful in law school.
My father is a doctor. He would take me into surgery sometimes. I got to watch him do surgery. Just the human body fascinates me. I think God has given me a passion for caring for people that are critically ill. I chose PCC because I knew it was where God was calling me. We are a unique program. You work one-on-one with an instructor that is a nurse to guide you through giving meds, to doing procedures. There is a very special connection within the nursing department.
God had given me the passion to preach and to share the gospel with others. My next step in life was to prepare myself for whatever ministry God had for me. I chose PCC because I believed that it would give me the Bible foundation that I needed. The heart of PCC is ministry. Their focus is to prepare young people to be servants of Jesus Christ. We as ministerial students are taught to be the examples, to lead in serving others.
Growing up, I never planned on doing teaching, and I actually was looking into doing something in the medical field. And then I went on a mission trip when I was a senior in high school. And I remember I was praying a lot, and the Lord just told me that I was supposed to be a teacher and told me I was supposed to do first grade. God led me to PCC because he knew I would be prepared to serve in the classroom. The internship program at the Academy has given me an entire semester to apply what I've learned. I love being able to see the kids learn and understand concepts.
I've always had a passion to do things for the Lord, whether it be working with people or constructing a building for church or a ministry. I chose engineering because I wanted to be able to get out of college and be able to do just about anything. I chose PCC because I knew the engineering program would prepare me thoroughly for my career. They have the resources and the tools for us to learn.
God had given me a passion for music. My parents always played music around the house, so I grew up listening to it. So it's when I realized that I love music and that I wanted to do something with it. I chose PCC because it has a strong Christian philosophy. The experience I've gained has helped me to become a stronger musician and performer.
God had made it clear that he had called me to be a designer. My next step in life was to take the principles that I would learn in design and start applying them. PCC has a great design program. They are a place that has the teachers and the spiritual focus to train me to become a better designer and a strong Christian. The teachers equip me with a solid foundation of design that I could build upon. Their guidance has given me the confidence to push my design to the next level.
We had science projects in school and classes growing up, and my dad always made it more fun for me. I could tell that I just really wanted to go further in the chemistry especially. Just struck a love, I guess. The education here in my field, in the sciences, has been top-notch, and I'm definitely learning above and beyond. The teachers have been so encouraging. I have seen a spiritual focus in each of them, and that's also a big reason why I chose PCC. It was more than a college to me. It was what I saw in the teachers and the staff, and I was excited to take that next step.
I knew God wanted me to go to college at PCC to get my training to be a nurse, and it really molded me into the person I am today.
It's a place where I knew I could come and sit under good preaching. You are pointed to the Bible.
I knew that there was so much yet to learn on my instrument, and PCC has a great learning environment.
It's a place where I could know that I would enjoy being a Christian and enjoy the college experience at the same time. They wanted me to excel.
Every day there is a time set aside, focused completely on God, which was something that made PCC much more unique.
I knew that PCC stood very firmly on what they believed in. Chapel services, their Bible training, their mission programs. You're always busy doing something.
PCC had so many opportunities to serve God and to make a difference in this world. The academics here are going to prepare me for the future. And that's exactly what I wanted in a college.
It's been said that accounting is the language of business. And so the job of a controller is making sure that all of the accounting is properly taken care of. I'm responsible for a number of areas that all touch the financial statements. We have the financial reporting that the investors see and or the bondholders and the board, etc. We have payroll, so we pay about 6,000 people a year, but we have about $5.5 billion in investments and endowments. I love to see things changed for the better. I like to improve things. I like to see efficiency gains. And people fundamentally don't like to change. So one of the most frustrating things is just change. The flip side of that is it's very rewarding when you're able to make a change and work with people and change things around, get things more efficient, do things better. Sometimes you get into a gray area, and accounting is a gray area. There are instances where you have to make some decisions, and there's a couple different positions you can take. I think a biblical worldview helps you sit down and look at it from God's perspective. I said that I had been in public accounting for a number of years, but there were a couple of times in that period where I stepped out for a year or so for an opportunity. And on two separate occasions, when I stepped out, I got into a situation where the owner of the company asked me to do something unethical. And I had to resign my position, and I went back to public accounting, but I had to resign because of it. And I just feel like PCC did a great job of reinforcing what my parents in church had taught me about what was right and what was wrong. If you're being asked to do something, I think it's helpful with the biblical worldview that you can not just go with the crowd and not just go with the popular thing, but ask yourself, what would God want me to do? Because we're not going to answer someday to the crowd. And so I think a biblical worldview is very important.
Hey, you got. Coming out of halftime in just 1 minute, we'll be underway with the second half of our Lady Eagles basketball game on this Friday night. We have Trinity College joining us in the R. Horton Sports Center Arena from St. Florida. In the first half, we saw a great display of power and motion and drive from our Lady Eagles basketball team in the first half as they went up by almost 30 points at one time. At the halftime, the score was 51-24 in favor of our Lady Eagles, up 25. But this Trinity team, especially in the late minutes of the second quarter, was able to really fight hard and get some good plays going under the basket. So it'll be interesting to see the adjustments that both teams have made coming out of halftime. Trinity College is led in scoring in the first half by Alicia Smith with 9 points, and Jessica Boyd, who went off in the first quarter for 11 points off the bench. She has 14 points in the game right now. So, Jeff, we've got some interesting things we're going to look at in the second half as the Eagles continue to build on this lead, hopefully, and Trinity's going to do everything they can to stop them.
I need to turn my mic on. Sorry about that. Coach Sellers giving some last-minute instructions to his ladies. Want to see if they're going to work it inside a little bit to start the third quarter. Looked like maybe they were working on entry passes, and it kind of goes hand in hand with Marley Moore being in the game to start the third. We'll see if they try to get it into her. Trying to go underneath Markanisha Hardy, and the ball is blocked by Marley Moore, and they're going to call it a shooting foul.
Hardy at the line for two for the third time tonight. Trinity's done well at the line so far tonight, as we said in the first quarter.
Trinity 10 of 15 from the free throw line in the first half. PCC was 7 of 10.
One incredible stat that I want to talk about from the first half was the three-point shooting by the Lady Eagles, 80% from behind the arc in the first half. Between Alyssa Loudermilk, Joy Smith, and Morgan Van Hook to start off the game early. Great ball movement and shooting by the Lady Eagles.
Now, you saw them work that into Marley like I thought they were going to try to do, and then an outlet pass to Joy Smith, and she banks a three-pointer.
And we've seen that from her several times so far. Like, she enjoys that backboard, using that to get the ball in the basket. That's fantastic.
3 seconds. I think they're going to work it right back into Marley again. Try to make her the focal point of this offense a few times down the court. That doesn't make me a good observationist. It just means I listened in on the huddle.
Yeah, in order for Marley to be ready for later on in the season when they're going to need her a lot, she's got to be able to practice at games like this. You saw a hard foul there from, what was it, number 2, Jeff? Alicia Smith?
I believe it's going to go on Fisher, number 3.
Fisher, number 3 from Trinity College. Hannah Shipp will go to the line for 2 points.
Hannah thought she had a wide open lane to the basket. Fisher came behind her and blocked it. It looked clean, but she must have gotten her with the arm on the push.
There's a push in the back there by Fisher from Trinity College, was what the call was, I believe.
This is Hannah Shipp. Nice touch on the free throw. Eagles extend their lead to 30. Just underway in the third quarter here. Trying to force it inside to Taylor McDonald. It's a turnover for Trinity College. I think she jammed her finger on that one. We'll have to see if that plays out. Taylor maybe with a jammed finger. Shipp looking to try to force it into Marley Moore. Good defense from McDonald. Here's Morgan Van Hook. And Alyssa Loudermilk wants to take it in, double teamed. Good crisp passing on the outside. Shipp left-handed dribble. Nowhere to go with it, but Marley Moore there to pick up the trash. Nice 2.
Almost looked like it was planned, but I think it was just a mistake ready to happen.
McDonald.
Good D there by Marley Moore.
Here comes Alyssa Loudermilk taking it in, and it's off of her foot. Coach is telling her to stay in control. That's what you were talking about in the second quarter. Alyssa, great ball player. Fun to watch, but when she's hurried, she does get a little out of control.
But she does so well when she's doing well that you can almost forgive that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, this is Trinity College. Slowly across the timeline, that's Markanisha Hardy. This is Alicia Smith. And I thought so. Taylor McDonald's going to the locker room to get her finger taped. So I thought she had it jammed the last time they tried to force it in there.
Yeah, you saw the nice floater there by Alicia Smith. But I agree with you. Yeah, I think she did get a jam there on that pass last time.
Working with her on-site trainer as we speak. There's Joy Smith off the iron. And it's a 1-on-2 fast break for Trinity. That's Hardy. She's going to pull up Smith. Just nowhere to go against this tough zone defense. Loudermilk, good pass underneath to Morgan Van Hook. Morgan can't connect, but Ship is there to pick up the offensive rebound and go to the line for two. That was a nice pass off the dribble.
That's probably the best pass I've seen from Melissa in 3 seasons.
Ship connects on the first of two as the Lady Eagles build on their lead up to 31 now. Moore with a nice rebound as Joy Smith is going to dribble around, try to get it back into Moore. There's Loudermilk. Moore. That was a nice triangle offense right there.
Yeah, completely mismatched there on Moore. Good 6 inches she has on Alicia Smith, able to get that easy 2 points under the basket. Another missed basket by Trinity there, and let's Loudermilk will bring it the other way. Morgan Van Hook way off on the jump shot, but Hannah Ship will try to work it around to get something going.
Morgan had a good look, and she just didn't want to take that shot.
Right.
Here's Joy Smith. Another bank shot.
She just banks them every single time we've seen her shoot a three in the Sports Center. She banks those threes in, especially from the far arc, which is one of the hardest places to shoot from. And she banks those threes in. That's great.
Good recovery defense. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. I thought it was good recovery defense, but actually it's a reach foul on Alyssa Loudermilk on the shot. Number 4, Mackenzie Kistler will go to the line for two. You'll see 5 brand new players coming into the game that just showed up on your screen. As I'm wondering, will that be it for these young ladies, the ones that started? Is that it for them for the night?
No, I don't think so, Jeff. I think they'll come back in at the beginning of the fourth quarter, 2 minutes, and then the bench will finish the game.
Here's Bronis. Good double team, good strong defense, and it's no, Eagles will keep it. Brooke Bronis. That was good patience on offense. Brooke's going to go to the line to capitalize maybe a three-point play.
That's Brooke's second and one of the night. She had one at the beginning of the second quarter. Now halfway through the third quarter, and she picks up her second and one. We'll see if she can connect on this free throw, like you said, to make it a 3-point play here. And there it is. Second 3-point play from Brooke Bronis tonight. Taylor McDonald checking back into the game after she gets that finger taped up. The jammed finger earlier from her, and she'll be back on the floor now. Here's Jessica Boyd taking it strong to the basket. She'll get fouled and she'll go to the line for 2. Jessica Boyd, the leading scorer in the first half for the Lady Eagles.
This defense is just smothering tonight. Trinity just having a hard time getting anything on offense.
Yeah, transition or on the setup offense. The zone's killing them in the setup offense. And in transition, Eagles are just so much faster than these tired Trinity girls that they're able to get down the floor faster and get those stops easier.
Did you notice that the Eagles defense came out a little further this time?
Right.
That's what forced that turnover and allowed Boyd to get the steal. That'll be a foul, probably on Darby Bakosh, number 23.
Should be on the floor, I think. Nope, they're going to call a shooting foul. It's going to the line for 2 there.
Almost a continuation foul because I think the bump was on the dribble drive. Pensacola Christian Lady Eagles basketball on live stream. If you've tuned in tonight, it's a blowout, but we appreciate you watching it. As we go on through the season, there will be some games that are much closer to watch, but we certainly appreciate you sticking with us. As it's a 38-point lead. And Richard, you mentioned early, could they get 100? And I'm a believer. If they keep up the intensity, I think they can get there. That would be a neat thing for the ladies team to get there, but we've got a lot of basketball to play before then.
Right.
And Trinity certainly doesn't want to see that happen.
Right.
Seems like on every ball handler for Trinity is somehow double teamed out of that zone. They're doing a really good job closing in on the ball handler. Monica T and Taylor McDonald are going to tie up, and the possession arrow stays with the Eagles. Officials are going to confer, and let's see what the call is. Monica T with a nice look underneath and a turnover. Trinity College will bring it back down 38. Jessica Boyd with the tip, but it will stay Trinity basketball.
Jessica Boyd, a player I think after tonight's really going to see the floor a lot more than she had been earlier on in the season. She's played well defensively, scored a lot offensively, and she's really added a lot to the Eagles roster tonight in this game.
Ball out of bounds once again, but the Tigers will keep it.
Almost able to connect there, Alicia Smith from Trinity. Just nothing going their way at all tonight. Never getting these easy shots to fall. The defense just continually gives them problems over and over. But the Eagles team, like you see there underneath, again, making it look easy here in the Sports Center tonight.
Monica T underneath the Holly Zorka, and a 40-point lead. I mean, if you're Coach Sellers, you don't want to keep your foot on the gas, but there is a shot clock, and you can't just sit on the ball every possession.
Yeah, they're not even they're making uncontested shots, and so what are you going to do? Tell them not to take the shots they get? They got to play the game. Here's Jessica Boyd. One thing I've noticed too is they've barely set up the offense. Really, they're kind of just working the ball around, making things happen as best they can, but really not trying too hard to get it inside. Not going too hard for the rebounds offensively either. You see Jessica Boyd with another tip pass there, another layup for Jessica Boyd. That's got to be at least her 18th or 20th point for her tonight. And there we go, 72-30 in favor of the Eagles. And Coach Searles will take a 30-second here, and we'll go ahead and take 30 seconds with him.
Coach Jared Sellers with third string and a couple of second stringers into the game. And I would be surprised if we see the starters again at this point. I think he's going to bring his second and third string girls in and let them play the rest of this game out.
You got Marley Moore in the game right now. She started the game tonight, so she didn't start the game tonight.
So she was off the bench.
Oh, off the bench she came off the bench tonight. So we'll see some good things from her in the late minutes of this game, but we'll get the freshmen and sophomores in here, like you said, the second and third string, get some experience going for them.
And I may be wrong, but I would be surprised if he brings it back in. With a 42-point lead, there's no
reason to.
No need to risk injury or to make it look like you're trying to run it up.
Right.
Which to this point, they haven't been trying to run it up. They're just running their offense at this point. Oh, there's a foul. A little over-aggressive that time. It's number 22, Haley Sailors. And Richard, we're in the bonus. I know at this point Trinity is probably just wanting this game to be over and done.
Number 2, Markanisha Hardy there, connecting on her first. Yeah, I agree, Jeff. I think at this point they're really just trying to see how they can work the rest of this second half, get as many points as they can on the board, and just take the loss tonight. Tough loss for them, I'm sure, on the road. They got to stay in a hotel tonight, drive all day back tomorrow with the loss in their hearts and in their hands. You saw their number 15, Taylor McDonald, not happy about the call, but clearly a foul underneath there on Elizabeth Helder will go to the line for 2. Or no, excuse me, Marley Moore will go to the line for 2.
If by chance you're watching and you're a fan of Trinity, do not be discouraged. This is your first year. A lot of freshmen, a lot of inexperience. It will get better from here. It's a building process, but you've got the right man to do it with your coach. And got to rally around the coach, rally around the kids, and it will get better. And we certainly hope as the years go on and we play this team, they become an incredible rival for PCC.
And we've seen some promising things from some of the girls from Trinity tonight. Number 5, Alicia Smith, clearly very experienced in the ball handling. Markanisha Hardy has done well at the free throw line underneath the basket. Taylor McDonald, of course, the sophomore, 6'2". We can use the height advantage to their advantage plenty as they want to.
Well, you've been here at PCC for a while. You've grown up here. You remember when the Lady Eagles started.
Right.
And it was agonizing at times.
The first few years, very tough for them to even get fans to come to the games because they knew every time it was going to be a blowout. At that time we had, I think it was Coach Adrian Wilson and her husband starting the program. And they've really, in the last 6 years, come a full circle the Lady Eagles going from a team that only won 3, maybe 5 games a season to last season winning 20 games.
Yes.
And
yes.
going to the national tournament.
Yes.
So it takes time, it takes talent, it takes the coaching staff to be all on board together. But we've gotten to a place where Pensacola's been blessed to have a good basketball team right now for the Lady Eagles. And the men's team continues the tradition of winning that they keep so close to their heart. But these next few years for Trinity are going to be vital to the rest of their program throughout history.
Well, I really enjoy watching our Lady Eagles. There's three or four players on the team that are just outstanding, that are exciting to watch and are the reason that they win as many games as they do. And then to see these bench players getting the playing time like tonight, see a lot of promise for years to come. Coach Sellers has done a good job.
Some of those players like Hannah Ship and Morgan Van Hook, the seniors on the team, fourth-year seniors playing for 4 years. So we'll see some changes in the lineup next season for sure.
I think we're in good hands, though, with Alyssa Loudermilk. She'll probably be the leader.
Yeah, next season you have Joyce Smith
and
only the freshman now.
Marley Moore, Jessica Boyd.
Jessica Boyd.
Promising. Speaking of Marley Moore, she is at the line right now. Danielle Crocker with the rebound, and she'll get tied up. The possession arrow is going to go to Trinity.
Deep three there by number 3, Heather Fisher from Trinity. Trinity has not been able to connect on any three-pointers tonight.
Oh, Lauren Battle had 2 people underneath and just overthrew both of them. Did a great job getting out of a jam in the backcourt and then just turned it over, just out of control.
Yeah, it went right through the hands of Danielle Crocker. It was a good pass. She just wasn't able to catch the ball there underneath.
Strong move to the basket, Alicia Smith. We'll see if the Lady Eagles can capitalize here. Oh, Lauren Battle had another good thought, but turned it over again. And a transition basket out of the turnover, that's Alicia Smith. 72-35 into the third quarter, and we'll be back in a minute. Start of the fourth quarter here at Pensacola Christian College on live stream as the Lady Eagles have been challenged by Trinity College, but they've been no match, as you can tell by the score. Lady Eagles in control, but they've had a problem with turnovers tonight.
Especially when the second and third string has been in the game. They've really had a problem really getting the ball moving the way the coach wants them to. foul there by Marley Moore. Lazy foul, honestly, just bad defense.
It's a blocking foul, so Trinity will get it under their own basket. I'll tell you another challenge for Trinity College and Coach Clark. He's only rotating 7 girls. So he's constantly trying to bring 2 fresh bodies in, but it's just hard when you've got a 7-person rotation and you're going up against a team with a bench as deep as PCC. It just, unless you have superior athletes at every position on your 7 players, it's an uphill battle.
Right.
Wide open.
Daniel Crocker with a deep 3 there. Nice assist by Lauren Battle. Wide open 3-pointer, like we said. That'll extend the lead to 40 for the Lady Eagles.
That'll be a reach foul, probably on number 12, Danielle Crocker. Actually, they're going to take it on Elizabeth Helder and say she was shooting. This is where I need instant replay because I completely missed what happened down here. Whatever the case, Heather Fisher's at the free throw line. This is Lauren Battle, number 11. Number 12 is Danielle Crocker. Number 22 is Haley Sailors. 21, Elizabeth Helder. 23 is Darby McCosh. So Helder will bring it out.
Oh, nice. Nice thought there by Lauren Battle, but Helder just didn't stay in the position that she needed to be.
Well, it shows what I know about basketball. At least about what's going on in Coach Seller's mind as he brings in a couple of starters back into the game.
A couple of starters, a couple of normal faces that we see on the floor. Those girls are just getting a little bit discombobulated, a little bit tired. Girls that don't play very much, really not knowing what to do right now. So you need some fresh legs in there to get some stuff going. Here's Hannah Shipp. She'll direct traffic up top. Monica T trying to get something to go in the post. It'll get knocked away, but it'll stay Eagles ball.
He's gotten to the point to where he's rotating 5 at a time. So
right, he's been doing that for the last several games, which is interesting to me. He never just, he rarely, I guess I shouldn't say never, but rarely just subs one girl. It's 3 or 5 at a time. But I guess with a deep bench and a bench full of experience, honestly, this year, then he's able to do that. See the good hustle there by Darby McCosh, able to get it back to Hannah Shipp. Brooke Bronis with a 15-footer, not able to connect, but Darby McCosh will get packed there by Taylor McDonald, and it'll be Trinity ball.
It's a good problem to have with a bench that deep.
Right.
When you can bring whoever in and they can all work together and hopefully over time will gel.
Right. When you got 16 girls on the bench that can all score and can all play defense, that's a good place to have.
They're going to be content just to work the ball around, try to run some of that shot clock. Brooke Bronis with another offensive rebound and a miss. McDonald doing a great job on the defensive board.
Right, 3 opportunities to score there for the Eagles on the offensive boards, but just not able to connect on any of those easy layups. But it'll be Trinity ball, and Coach will take a timeout, so we'll take a timeout with him.
75-38. 7 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the ballgame here. The Lady Eagles in control over Trinity College of Florida. There are several Trinities around the country. There's a Trinity Baptist who we also play
in Jacksonville.
They're in our
region conference. Right. So always a good game here at Sports Center.
We'll see them
in January.
Soon.
In January, yes. So they'll be here at the Sports Center in January. We'll also play them on the road in January during the road trip. The girls and the guys team both will.
Taking it hard to the basket, that is Alicia Smith. She's fouled and will go to the line for 2.
Arguably, between Alicia Smith and number 2, Marcanesia Hardy tonight, who would you say that Trinity's all-star is tonight?
Well, I think Alicia Smith is their best leader. I sense that she's a little frustrated tonight because there's not a lot of movement on offense, and she feels like she's got to force it inside.
Right.
So I would say I don't know who has the most points, but I think she's probably their best player.
All in all, I think she's played the best tonight. She's done a lot of scoring. She's also done a lot defensively. She talks on the floor. She had 6 points in the first half. She's had at least that many, if not more, here in the second half.
Trying to work it underneath to Brooke Bronis. And Hannah Shipp is there to get it. She's going to try to get out of a mess. She doesn't, and now there's a foul. Will probably go against Monica T. More new players into the game. This is Mackenzie Kistler. I want to take this opportunity to mention our next live stream games on Saturday, December the 5th, which is just around the corner. Actually, in about
2 weeks.
Few days, we're going to be in December.
Right.
So we're the 5th of December. We actually will have a doubleheader as the Lady Eagles will take on Agnes Scott College, and then the men are in action with a league game.
Yeah, they'll have a league game against Johnson at 7:30 Central Time on December the 5th, Saturday night. That's 2 weeks from tomorrow. And then the Tuesday, December 8th, the Eagles basketball team will play Reinhardt University here in the Arlen R. Horton Sports Center Arena at 7:30, and that will wrap up our home play for the 2015 year. And we'll break for college that next week, and we'll be out for about 5 weeks. During that time, the Eagles will take to the road, and they'll play about 20 games in a 3-week period. No, excuse me, 15 games in a 3-week period, which is very taxing on the guys, but that's where they get their bulk of their regional play in, is on that road trip. And then we'll be back here late January to start home play again once we get back in the season.
Yeah, we've got a lot of games in a short amount of time when we get back in late January into early February. Several double headers. I'm going to bring a thermos of coffee during that time.
Right.
It's going to get real busy real quick, but it'll be the bulk and the meat of our games playing the league teams and the rivals that we are used to seeing with the Eagles. I'm really looking forward to that. But right now we're focusing on the ending this game with no injuries. That's the
right.
With a lead this big, now you hope no major injuries for either team, and you can get away with a victory.
Something I'm excited about is, like we already talked about earlier in the broadcast, is a week from yesterday. Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, we'll be live on College Field here on campus for the 40th annual PCC Turkey Bowl.
That is crazy. 40th annual. It's amazing they've played that many, and things are going to get different around campus.
Right. It's going to be very different in the next several years. You might already seen on our website, on our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram pages that PGC is entering a new realm of sports. Next fall, we will be starting Eagles soccer here on the campus of Pensacola Christian College, and we'll have our first Eagles soccer team, I think, since the late 70s, Jeff.
I believe you. I'm not sure about that. I trust you on that one.
All right. I know we had a soccer team in the early days of the college, There's pictures in old yearbooks and on old posters of them playing on what almost looks like a gravel field. Interesting how times have changed, of course, but I know that Eagles soccer team will bring a whole different demographic of, for one, people, students to the school, and we'll see a lot of new teams, new faces. Well, I'm not sure yet about how we're going to work the team and stuff as far as will we live stream the games out there or not. I know personally I won't be here anymore, but if you're here, if another person's out there live streaming the game, we'll have to see how things unfold in the next several months as we plan for that. But what we know for sure is next Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, I think we go on air about 12:30 in the afternoon on Thanksgiving Day. We'll have the 40th annual Turkey Bowl here on campus.
It's always exciting to watch the teams. I'm not on campus enough to know a lot of the players. That's why I enjoy having you with me for the soccer games. With basketball, I get to know the kids from being here a lot, but with soccer, it's nice to have you with me. You know a lot of the backstories and a lot of the players, but we're really looking forward to seeing the two best teams on campus that have played a lot of games this year, and they've made it through the playoffs, and they're going to square off on Thursday.
Yeah, it'll be the seasoned team who's played in, I think, almost, I'm not sure exactly yet, but I think it's almost 10 Turkey Bowls in the last 12 or 13 years, but it'll be the Alpha Sigma Sharks who will be playing against who we saw last year in the Turkey Bowl, the Spartans. I believe they were beat by the Vikings 2-1 last year in the Turkey Bowl, but making it back to the Turkey Bowl 2 years in a row is quite an ordeal for them, so that's good for them that they've done that. But the Sharks, who haven't seen the Turkey Bowl in a couple years, they're back in the Turkey Bowl this year for the 40th annual. So it'll be Sharks Spartans next week in the Turkey Bowl.
I'm always curious to see. There's Morgan Van Hook as she pulls up on a three. And Brooke Bronis with the offensive rebound and a miss. As we watch the game here a little bit as we're down to 5 minutes to go. Not a lot of scoring in the last few minutes, but that's Elizabeth Helder as PCC up to a 36-point lead. It has been as much as 40. And Coach Sellers has kind of called it off a little bit and brought in some bench reserves, and they've kind of tried to run the clock a little bit. But I'm always excited when you speak of the Turkey Bowl about what's going to happen even at halftime. I haven't been clued in on anything this year with halftime entertainment. Last year we had a motorcycle
Team Faith,
a motorcycle stunt team. They were fantastic. I've been here before where we've had the Sheriff's Department to bring in their K-9 unit. We've had a monster truck on the field, so it's interesting to see and exciting to see what they're going to do. And we'll have that streamed as well. We'll show that live stream as well.
Right.
So as you're home and you're making Thanksgiving dinner, you can put your iPad up, like I do sometimes, up in the windowsill in the kitchen, and you can enjoy the game. If you aren't able to come, if you're out of state, enjoy the Turkey Bowl with us.
Yeah, we have hundreds of viewers every year for the Turkey Bowl. It's, I think, our third year streaming the Turkey Bowl. Excited about Thanksgiving Day here on campus next week. We have hundreds, literally hundreds, if not thousands of people, guests, that will be on campus next week for the Thanksgiving activities, and we're really excited about that. But we'll tell you a lot about that next Thursday during the Turkey Bowl, about what's going on Thanksgiving week. Joy Smith looking to get something going here. Thought about it.
Here's Monica T going to take it all the way and have it blocked. And Eagles will maintain possession.
Lauren Battle, Haley Sailors, and Holly Zorka all checking in for the Eagles, as I think this is the squad that's going to finish the game here. 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Eagles up 81-45.
10 seconds on the shot clock. So whatever they do, they're going to have to do it quickly.
Oh, knocked away. Nice defensive move by Alicia Smith, and she'll get the easy 2 points.
She read that telegraph pass. Richard, I can't help but overhear the conversation going on between Coach and the statistician over here. If I'm hearing it right, Monica T is the only one yet to score.
On the Eagles bench tonight, I believe that's
for the team.
I believe that's correct, yeah.
So he would love to have it to where everybody scores, and it's not like he hasn't tried to get Monica.
Right, she just hasn't been able to get one to fall tonight.
So
yeah.
We'll see.
Still got 3.5 minutes of ball to play. Lauren Battle looking to get something going. Nobody there, double teamed. She'll get it knocked away and throw it away. It'll stay Eagles ball, though. Off Trinity, it'll stay Eagles ball.
Monica T is number 13 for the Lady Eagles, if you're wondering. She's right now on the bench, but they're making a point to tell Coach. So I have a feeling he's going to try to get her on the board.
Right. Haley Saylor's taking it strong to the basket.
Nice move.
She'll get 2.
Nice strong move from Haley, who just came back in. She has a lot of fans in the audience, too. Every time she gets the basketball, there's some audience participation going on.
Elizabeth Helder taking it up strong. She'll get fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2. Helder no good on the first. Eagles struggled at the line tonight, honestly. The first half they were only they were 7 for 10 in the first half, but the second half they've really missed quite a few free throws. So, but on the other hand, I think that's been Trinity's strong point tonight is the amount of free throws that they've made. So
under 3 minutes to go. You see the score, 84-47. The victory has never really been in question since the second quarter.
Yeah, at the end of the first quarter, 28-8 here in the Sports Center.
Monica T with a good hard rebound.
Alicia Smith with a nice defensive move again, and she'll push it the other way.
Still working just as hard as she was in the first quarter. That's why I think Alicia's their best player. I think she is just a hard-working, hard-playing young lady. And will be exciting to watch for the next couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
That was Taylor McDonald. Wanting to get it into Monica. There's Monica T. She's going to take it in strong up against McDonald and get fouled.
Fouls on number 3. Heather Fisher of Trinity College, and Monica T has a chance to get on the board here tonight. And there she is. And every Eagles player on the bench, starters total, have scored for the Lady Eagles basketball team tonight.
I don't know that that's ever happened.
That might be basketball history for the Lady Eagles team this year. This year especially, but in the program.
So we'll have an opportunity to hopefully talk to Coach Sellers before the next streaming game, and we can ask him that.
Yeah, December 5th will be our next streaming game here, as we already said before. And we'll have interviews with him and Coach Getch, talk about their last several games that they've had.
Maybe a good opportunity to talk to her. There was a walk. She got away with a walk.
Yeah, 3 steps there by Daniel Crocker.
Maybe have an opportunity to talk to him about the tournament coming up.
Tournament?
Or not the tournament, excuse me, the Christmas.
Yeah, the road trip.
The road trip,
yeah.
the winter road trip.
Yeah, the next time we see you guys here at the R. Horton Sports Center Arena, Christmas will be in full swing. Christmas shopping, Christmas parties, Christmas goodies. I know I'm excited about that. I got my plans to put up my Christmas lights next Saturday morning. Worked in my yard last week, able to get that ready to go. I know Christmas is an exciting time, especially around here on campus. We have the Christmas Lights Sing-Along, which is a huge Christmas lights blowout at the beginning of December. It's actually December 2nd, Tuesday night for the students here. It's an outdoor party that we have. Our spirit singers lead in Christmas carols, and we will sing tons of songs. and the whole campus will become a Christmas winter wonderland in a way, with lights and music that whole night. It'll be a great time for everyone. There she is again, Monica T on the board for the second time tonight. Coach put her in, and she was determined to get some stuff going there. And we're in the final minute of this game tonight against Trinity College of Florida. PCC Eagles led the whole way in total control, 89-50 with 45 seconds to go.
PCC's defense is just as intense as it was in the first quarter.
It's a reach foul by Haley Sailors. Mackenzie Kistler able to make both there at the line. And it'll be Eagles ball going the other way. Almost their last possession here. Got 39 seconds on the clock. Nice move there by Lauren Battle, just not able to connect. Almost thrown away, but able to recover there. Holly Zorka recovered the pass there. And it's Eagles ball on the sideline.
As we're wrapping up the broadcast tonight, I want to say a special thank you to Dakota Wilson and Toby Neal as they worked in master control tonight. Did a fantastic job as always, getting us online for live stream. And that's Monica T with more points. Good way to finish the game for Monica.
And we're in the final seconds. Taylor McDonald almost got it to go. Trinity with 2 more points, and that'll wrap up our ball game here, I believe. The Eagles will dribble it out, and that's the game here at the R. Horton Sports Center Arena. Our final score, 91-54. Eagles led the whole way. Great show put on tonight by our Lady Eagles basketball team. Coach Jared Sellers, assistant coach Mabel Valdez. Eagles led tonight by their starters Joy Smith, Alyssa Loudermilk, Hannah Ship. All played great games tonight. Like we said before, we will see you Thanksgiving Day on College Field for our annual Turkey Bowl. And then the next time we're here at the R. Horton Sports Center Arena is December 5th, 5:30 tip-off against Agnes Scott College for our Lady Eagles doubleheader. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a great holiday week. We're signing off.
Shaping lives, creating beauty, finding solutions, touching lives for Christ, making a difference through service, doing what you love, challenging the status quo. For decades, PCC graduates have taken their next steps in life, continuing to grow, to accomplish, and to influence, doing what they were meant to do, one step at a time.
I love what I do because it just constantly changes. No day is the same. I never know what I'm going to do when I go to work that day. It really depends on the calls that come out and the incidents that happen throughout that day.
I had a family that at the very beginning I did not think was going to be able to be reunified. And I was able to place those children back in their home and reunify that family. And I thought, I absolutely love my job.
The greatest part of my job is the people that we get to meet every day. And everybody has their kind of idea of what they want in their house, and that's a neat aspect. That's neat to be able to walk them through that, to see the joy and excitement in their face through the process, but then also after they move in.
I'm a fine artist. I'm an oil painter. I work primarily in oils, and I paint realistic landscapes and figures and portraits. It's like you're taking a slice of all of life and you're expressing that beauty. You're trying to relate to that beauty that you live in 100% of the time.
The thing that I like most about working as a high school principal is the fact that every day of my life, I have an opportunity to influence young people and their families.
We're a small church, so I'm able just to kind of get my hands in everywhere. I preach every Sunday morning to the entire congregation, as well as work with the teens on Wednesday nights and Sundays. I want to see people experience victory in their Christian walk.
We saw a child in clinic, and I, of course, immediately recognized the name. It had been over a year since I had seen the family. To see her doing well, interacting, talking with you, waving at you, when what you remember a year and a half before was just constant difficulty.
I am a performing pianist, and I also teach college students. Carnegie Hall was an opportunity that God has given me. I enjoy polishing the talent that God has given me as a good steward, and my dream is to continue playing all my life.
When I first started as an owner-operator, they like to kind of put a young person in there. I was only 24 at the time. I did a little bit of everything, whether it's just working a register or cooking the food in the back. This is why I like Chick-fil-A. It's about the people, whether it's my team or just the other vendors we come in contact with or the customers.
I have the wonderful privilege to admit moms into the hospital as they are in their last stages of delivery in their prenatal period, and walk through a day, sometimes 2 or 3, of delivering a newborn, bringing that newborn into the world.
I spent 15 years in youth ministry, and the Lord moved me into the senior pastorate a few years ago. But honestly, it's been what I have always desired to do. I am living the dream that I have always had ever since I can remember. I can't remember honestly wanting to do anything else but serve the Lord.
I was very interested in attending Pensacola Christian College because I wanted to have the strong foundation that they offered for my spiritual growth, and also a strong educational foundation, so it offered the best of both worlds.
The quality of academics really has helped me out here. I kind of hold the standard high for myself, but I was taught to do that through high academic standards.
PCC sets a standard of excellence that taught us as educators to really go and do likewise.
I would say that the teachers were not only dedicated to keeping a standard of excellence, but I would say in many respects they were the standard of excellence. Their own ethic, their own work ethic, I think really inspired me to work much, much harder than perhaps I normally would have.
I had several professors I think very fondly of that took a lot of extra time if I was struggling in a class or just not getting some material that say, hey, meet with me after.
I had instructors who would constantly encourage us to guard our devotion, our private time with the Lord. They were examples and role models both spiritually and professionally.
It wasn't just their job, it was their ministry. It wasn't just what they did, it was their life, and they poured their life into what they did, but they poured it into us as students.
When I came to PCC, I had both. I had an amazing teacher, and I had that firm foundation from the Bible.
I can't think of a better place to train because the focus is on God's Word. You know, it's not just a Christian college in philosophy, it's a Christian college in its activity.
I grew spiritually under the daily preaching and teaching of the Word of God, and it changed my life.
If you want to know what something's right or wrong, I know exactly where to look, and I can, base a lot of that back to the things that I learned through Bible classes.
The environment enabled me to really seek the Lord and His will for my life. It was put me in a position where I could really focus on my walk with the Lord and not be, distracted or worried about what else was going around me.
It's a good, clean, safe Christian environment to begin to learn more about your field.
Medical school is a rigorous thing for anybody to do and go through, but I was prepared for that.
Going into grad school, I had no problem passing those entrance exams.
I mean, things I learned at Pensacola was how to deal with people in a one-on-one, in a real way.
I came out of PCC well prepared and well equipped for nursing and really life in general. When my husband and I got married a week after graduation, and neither of us had debts.
Honestly, I had no idea until after I got out of college how difficult college debt had been for a number of people. And I thought it was normal to graduate with a degree and not have thousands of dollars of debt hanging over your head.
To make the decision to go to a place where the tuition is affordable, where you're not going to come out of college with a lot of debt. I sit down at a desk next to people every day now who owe $250,000 or $350,000 of school debt, and I have none of that.
And it's a great environment to really learn God for yourself. And that's really, I think, the greatest asset that PCC has for a young person. You can come to a school where you don't have a lot of the pressures of the world and at the same time focus on your academics, and I think that really is the greatest reason.
Look at the product that's coming out, read about it, look at what people have experienced there. Come to people who are graduates and alumni and have gone out and done things in this world for God's glory, and then make an informed decision. Never close your mind to something that God might have for you. But in the end, it's you and your relationship with your God that should decide what the next step is.